It had been a while, but the memory of a chilling event at University, Malaysia, Sarawak, UNIMAS, lingered. After a recent conversation with friends about ghosts, the memory resurfaced. Unlike the previous story, this one took place only a few months ago, during the early hours of a Friday morning. At the time, the student was busy working on assignments that had been due the day before but were still unfinished. The first months at university had been rough, but they had eventually adapted. That night, however, they were still awake well past midnight. If memory served correctly, it was either just after 2 a.m. or exactly at 3 a.m. when it happened. The student sat at a desk wearing earphones, sketching figurines, when a knock came at the door. They removed the earphones, but heard nothing more. Assuming it was just the flimsy table making noise, they went back to work. Then the knocking came again, this time with the left earphone removed. The sound was unmistakable. They glanced at the door, then back at the papers, when the knocking resumed, fast and aggressive, as though whoever was outside desperately wanted attention. Fear rooted the student to the spot. Reciting prayers under their breath, they tried to calm their racing heart. Stories of ghostly occurrences at UNIMASes, especially ones about mysterious knocking, had circulated since before they registered for their dorm. To experience it firsthand was terrifying. For a solid minute, the knocking continued before finally ceasing. Too frightened to approach the door, the student glanced at their roommate, who was sound asleep and oblivious to the noise. It took at least 30 minutes to calm down, and finishing the assignment no longer felt possible. Instead, they chose to go straight to bed, planning to resume work later. The only explanation they could muster was that another resident of the apartment-style, dormer shared living arrangement with a kitchen and living room had been knocking and eventually gave up, assuming they were asleep. But this theory crumbled when the one person they suspected, who had been awake earlier, revealed that he had gone to bed at 1 a.m., long before the knocking began. Everyone else also confirmed they had been asleep at the time. Ever since that incident, the student had grown cautious about staying alone in the room. They began preferring to do assignments in the study room a few blocks away, feeling much safer there than in their own dorm.